guys, gals, and all you awesome minions and gamers of different shapes and sizes. It is me, Josh, aka Noir Proxy, bringing you some Battlefield 1 gameplay today on the PC. This is obviously from the alpha, the beta. I'm not too sure what you class it as really, because it seems really polished. This is the thing. Even though I say that with that little turret spinning around and that guy's little butt pack, I mean, was it like a fanny pack, but his bum, I'm not too sure, but it was spinning around. There's some kind of weird ragdolling going on with a backpack, I don't know why, but the game is still really polished. It's this thing where the gameplay is just so ready, you know, for going out there. I just feel like very satisfied with what I played. Now, we are doing this on Rush. This is kind of like the smaller game mode to Conquest, which is 64 players. This one is around 24, I believe, and so obviously that means that the map is a little bit more empty. There aren't many people running around, but then again, the Conquest version of this map also has a little bit of emptiness as well. It's more if you're going towards those capture points, but between that, everything is very deserty. You know, you don't generally see people wandering around the desert, and you generally don't see people wandering around the desert in this, apart from in the actual, like, battle areas. So it's got that kind of thing where it makes sense. The map makes sense. It kind of justifies its existence. But comment section below, let me know, what did you think? This dude here's trying to blow up my tank, cheeky little nugget. He's not, no. All you gotta do is back it up like a Tonga truck, boop, and you should be fine. He's trying his best though. He's playing as the assault class. Remember, the assault class comes with a grenade that is really good against tanks. Now this tank here doesn't, oh, where are you going? Doesn't seem to really care about me whatsoever. Maybe he's really scared by the fact that I only had like half health. Maybe that must mean I got into like Super Saiyan mode or something. My tank now has spiky yellow hair and electricity flinging out of his entire amount of orifices. I'm not too sure if that's true, but again, we're playing Rush, and I really like Rush. It kind of goes back to the days of Battlefield Bad Company, which was, you know, a game that I played religiously. I loved it so much. I even loved the campaign. The campaign was really awesome. Doing a really bad thing here by going back into my tank and trying to fix it. There's only 6 health left on it, so let's see if I can repair it. This is going to be very cheeky of me, but, you know, I love the tank. The tanks are so fun, and it's one of these things, too, where they've made it now where tanks, or vehicles, in a sense, don't just die. You know, this is something that Titanfall had a major issue with as well, was with that the Titans would just kind of blow up, but now they've ended up fixing that in Titanfall 2, where they kind of, like, sit around a little bit longer, you can get them faster, and they feel like they mean something. And now all the vehicles in this feel like they mean something, because back in the day, I guess you could say, they didn't really have, like, these fast-firing rocket launchers and, you know, the, like, homing missiles and all those kind of things. They had tanks. They had things with, like, giant bullet bills from Mario, and then you would fire them at people. That was basically what tanks were. They were very kind of, like, hodgepodge, like, really out there. And so they kind of put that in this game where if you're a soldier and you want to take down a tank, you have to get in there. You have to get into the dirt and take down that tank. And I highly recommend it because it's so fun. You've seen it from the gameplay montage, you've seen it from me just casually play, is that getting in there and taking down a tank as a dude, as this little squishy man, is so, like, it feels like such an accomplishment. It feels so victorious when you do it because it's got that David and Goliath kind of feel to it. But the tanks also feel so fun with just kind of like steamrolling everybody, because there's that thing of that people don't seem to really acknowledge the tanks. They kind of want to try and kill all the little soldiers. So the tank has this ability, as you're probably noticing while I'm firing at everything, is that you have 2 different modes. You have your little kind of like arrowhead, which is that one there, look, which is kind of for destroying tanks. It kind of like aims at the tanks and it's really good for that. But then you also have the shotgun kind of version, which is basically when you press 2 and this little circle kind of like reticle kind of appears, and that kind of allows you to kind of like damage like squishy people and like kill them in like one shot pretty much all the time. And it's kind of awesome because it means you've got like an anti-infantry kind of ammo type, and you've also got a anti-vehicle type. So this kind of tank, which is just a one-man tank, it's just for you, no one can get in it, which is kind of awesome as well, so you don't have to like depend on people to use it with you, is that you can kind of just go in there and be this little bit of a one-man army until someone kills you. Like, you can be a wild card in a sense, like a Titan. This is like a Titan. It's just like a tank, but it's a Titan. But it's not a Titan, it's a tank. If that makes any form of sense. Now, we're trying to push. Now, in the last video, I did obviously lose, but we did so well. Like, I ended up carrying the team, in my opinion. We had this thing where we were pushing constantly. We did really well at the start, and the enemy team ended up having this really fantastic defense. It was really badass. But now, we're going to see if we can do this a little bit more slowly. As you can see, we're taking our time with this. I'm making sure I support the troops. I'm not just pushing in there and trying to, like, kill everybody. Because there's this thing where maybe, like, my own team were kind of maybe disoriented disorientated by the fact that we were just kind of like rushing in there, and so the enemy team at the end, when we were on the buildings and stuff, had that kind of ability to set up a defense. So what we're doing really, as you can see, look, is the team is kind of like setting up an offense. We're actually making sure that we know where we're going, that we're focusing on those objectives, and that we're not just trying to murder everybody. We're actually trying to take the objectives, which we've just now done. Sack to take, and that means we just must wait to go into the next bit, which is kind of like a little bit of a enclosed canyon, like from like Indiana Jones, you know, which one was that? Was that the Holy Grail one? What was that called? Was that Temple of Doom? That wasn't Temple of Doom. What was that one called? It was the best one. I can't remember what it was. It was the best one. Oh my goodness, what is wrong with me? But, oh my goodness, the visuals in this game, as you can see, bullets flying everywhere. And it's that thing too where if you pay real close attention on the PC version to the bullets zinging past your head, you can actually see the smoke. The smoke come out from behind the bullets just for a split millisecond. You can see that, and this game has that kind of detail, and I love that. I love that the PC version. I mean, I haven't tried the PlayStation 4 version. Let me know in the comment section below if you've played it and if it actually looks like this, but the PC version just has that real immense kind of quality to it. Like, you don't generally see this in games, you know? I mean, I think like the last game I saw that had this kind of quality was maybe Killzone Shadowfall, and that was like really far back. Killzone Shadowfall was a very, very pretty game, and so it's kind of cool, like, being able to buy a PC game. Well, they're not this PC game, because obviously this is free. It's kind of like a little bit of an alpha beta kind of thing, but it kind of has that thing where generally when you buy PC games, a lot of them haven't really been like pushing technology in a sense. Like the last one was maybe like what, like Crysis maybe, or Arkham Knight. Would you kind of say that Arkham Knight kind of like pushed the visual boundary? Maybe not. But like Battlefield seems to really be doing it. Like this desert looks fantastic. Even like maybe Battlefront. Battlefront looked quite yummy as well. And especially with like that whole texture pack upgrade and everything like that they did. But then you've also got the future maps, which are going to be coming out on this as well. Because remember, it's not just a desert. Like in this little trial you are playing in just the desert. We actually took that objective like really quickly. That was surprising. All my team died. Do you see how all my team are just dead? Oh, it's because of that giant tank, which has now become my bitch. That fiery carcass of a tank basically means bitch. It's just a giant biatch. It's my bitch. But it was this thing of like, you never really like get those kind of games like justify your like PC and such, and so the Battlefield like franchise has always kind of casually pushed it. You know, it's always kind of like pushed it into that kind of area of, let's give you a sexy game. Let's show you something that's really, really nice. And that's what this is doing. It's like giving us like a really pretty game, and it actually kind of feels like you're justifying the money that you're putting into your PC, because generally you don't get that. Like Overwatch, yeah, it's a nice looking game, but it's not like a like PC pushing kind of game, you know? Like, loads of people can play it, you know, you can play it on like low visuals and it'll still look really good to you. So it's that thing where this, you need a really good PC for it to look really, really good. Because I played it with Kybris, and Kybris said that it looks nothing like this whatsoever. And that's cool. I like that you can think to yourself, I have a really badass PC, and that means I can enjoy this game. And so as I was about to say about the whole thing with like the brand new maps and stuff like that, you also have this thing where, and I've seen this from like the other like gameplay trails and stuff, and you've even seen it in the intro of this, where I like to do a little bit of like a gameplay like music thing. But as you saw, that was kind of like in a more like residential kind of like greenery kind of like map, and you have like the blimp and you have the cannons and all that kind of stuff, and it's a little bit of like a different setting, and even that looks incredibly pretty. So it's that thing where we're also going to see in the future foliage. We're going to see like even more trees and grass and see how that works and stuff, because you remember in games like Crysis and such, like it was all that thing about the grass moving, and like for Far Cry, the grass moving and it blowing in the wind and making you feel immersed as you rubbed your face in the cow food, which is obviously grass, because cows eat grass, and so it's called cow food. But it was that, you know, and there's that thing of like, oh, that looks really good, that looks actually kind of like, it's like actual grass. And stuff like that, and trees, they're blowing in the wind, and it feels awesome. I just got like killed, and then I got revived, and I'm kind of, it's that thing where when you die and you come back and you get like really disorientated. I've lost my tank now. So, and I've also done this as well, where if you actually spawn in a tank, you become a tank driver, and the tank driver has this like weird little pistol thing with like a stock on it. You may remember it from like, say, Resident Evil. I think Claire in Resident Evil had that gun, right? I think she did, which is a really weird comparison, a very, very weird comparison indeed. But in this, you do get that kind of like weird little semi-automatic pistol rifle thing. But what I've ended up doing now is going back to the assault, and the assault is really cool. You know, it's this thing where even though it's not like an assault rifle, it's kind of like all the guns in this game feel like you need to be getting up close and personal, and I really appreciate that. Supposedly there are 10 kits per class, which must mean like 10 guns per class, right? I've not really done my research on it, but it's a really nicely feeling gun. Like, look at this, it just like cuts people down in close range. And that's the thing about World War I, and maybe not really World War II, because you had like that more focused, like increased development of weapons where they could be more at range. But like in World War I, it was very like everything was not really like put together, but it felt like they didn't have range to them, and so these guns you have to actually get in close and personal, and it feels kind of cool, like, because I love the shotgun, as you know, I love shotguns in games, but this feels like every gun has that. Like, it even justifies the use of the pistol. Now we just need to take down this final objective because the other one's been taken by my team, but this is going to be all me, so come on, I'm gonna show you how it's done. This is Proxy showing you how it's done. We've thrown some smoke grenades in there, that means that everybody's blinded, that means that we can actually use the cover. We're going to use the pistol. As I said, the pistol works really well. This guy's like trying to shoot me, but I'm dodging bullets, and it's really badass. Going to dodge that grenade. Got to try and get in there and defend that, though, because remember, the people can be rushing in here trying to take it. Nuh-uh, son! This is my objective. Taste my spade! Oh, that's amazing. I love that the pistol just works. You know, it's like, it never really used to feel like that. It felt like this kind of like sidearm that was kind of more like pea shootery, but now it's got like a real little bit of oomph to it. Like, feels like a very last stand weapon. And as you can see, like, I was trying to hold my own there. This guy's gonna try and destroy the objective, but no, he was not able to take it back, and we completely won. But comment section below, let me know, what did you think to that? That was so fun. That was so awesome. I loved how that accomplishment, which has always been in Battlefield, where you take the objectives, where you're in the tank and you're helping the team, where you're carrying just a little bit. I got a 7 kill win streak. Was that kill streak? That was a kill streak. At the top, 22 free, all me. It's been me, Josh, aka Noir Proxy, bringing you some Battlefield 1 beta, alpha. I mean, it's getting quite close to release, right? Like October time. But it's so exciting. I'm going to be definitely playing this game. I'm going to buy it. This actually made me want to buy it, which is so exciting because I loved it so much. It was so fun. It's ended now. But let me know in the comment section below what you thought to it, and I'll see you all next time. Ciao for now.